How's it going, guys? I am Frenzy and this is Mighty Quest. Today we'll be talking about the spring trap tutorial that I said I was going to do. I'm going to use this room. Let's just start off with this, okay? The room is the most important part of setting up a spring trap combo. You need to pick good rooms. You need to have a good entry point. This isn't the best room, okay? I'm going to be using this to actually tweak my castle after I do this video, because I'm not actually going to put a spring trap combo in this. Alright, so the entry point needs to be something small. It needs to be going either down or to the left, where their mana bar and skill tree is, so the hook comes up through that so they can't see it. Okay, because if they miss the entry point and you have 3 groups of monsters that rely on that first entry, that hook to actually hit, you need to make it as good as possible. Alright? So this could work as an okay entry point. They come in through a small corridor. I'd prefer this to be coming south, so they're walking through this and continually going and not making a turn, because some people will make a wider turn, some people will make a sharper turn, and to try to hit that every single time is a lot more difficult. But at least the hook still does come from the south. We could do something like put in a glue trap in here somewhere, and that would allow them to get slowed as they're coming through here, and if they keep going through, they should still get pulled by it. I wouldn't advise copying exactly what I'm going to do here, but I'm trying to just teach you guys exactly what goes into it so you guys can make your own. Okay, and then I'll look at the one that's down towards the bottom of my dungeon afterwards and show you kind of, after you've learned everything, how it actually works. Alright, so we need something to spot for the incoming hero, right? So as soon as they're coming in, we need the Snodder to see them. Again, the placements of these creatures is also equally important. I constantly am changing, all the way up here, this guy, how quickly I want him to see so that this hook hits. You know, how quickly I want the hero to see him, how quickly I want the Snodder to see, all that sort of thing. Makes a big difference in all of your rooms. Alright, and then we would want, let's just see where this is going to be. So let's throw down our traps, alright? I don't actually know if this room is going to work. Actually, I have to change that already. So, I mean, all this sort of thing is, you know, let's put in these traps first, right? Because the spring traps are obviously the most important. So you have to have a spring trap there. And we want one probably as close as possible here. Alright, so the goal, if I can get this right, and these are the hardest, is when you don't have corners to turn around each springboard. It's a lot harder to actually get this springboard to launch it far enough to go into this circle here, because I'm going to have a hunger bot behind this somewhere, which is going to make me pull this Snodder back. So that's the whole point, that you kind of want to go around corners. Like this one's great, right? Because we need the hunger bot to be here so something can be a lot closer to this circle. And I'll explain that in a second. So let me throw in the hunger bots. We're going to need one here. We're going to need one. See, this is going to be tricky because I think if I put it behind here, I'm not going to be able to get there. I think I want to try to put a hunger bot up here more. And then put one down here. Alright, so when you start off a spring combo trap, you are going to have room behind wherever you want the initial springboard to go. Like, let's say I want to have a hero come in here and get pulled and thrown into this room. It's actually not possible, because as the hero's coming in here, you're going to have a hunger bot behind the springboard to pull into it, right? So if there's a springboard here, the hunger bot would need to be in this wall. So this room can actually work. That's what I mean about picking the correct rooms. Now if I wanted to use this room, they'd come in here, a spring trap would be here. They might be able to see it as they're coming into this room. That's the only problem, is this room's kind of small for it. And then the hunger bot would be here, it would get pulled into it, thrown this way, and then you could have another group of minions here to pull someone down into this area or something like that. It could still work in this room, but, you know, not as good as these bigger wide open rooms. Alright. So we have our basic setup here. Let's see if I can actually get, and I'm pretty sure that it's just going to screw with this, but I can actually get a slow trap in here. This isn't the best area for a slow trap. Like if I look down here, this is a better area because there's less area before the actual hook for people to waste these slow traps, right? These slow traps have 4 or 5 slows in them. So if they just kind of walk around this area first, they could use up all of the slows before they even get down into this path. But they're not really going to do that. Someone's just going to walk straight, maybe hit 2 or 3 of them here, and then 2 or 3 of them down there. I hope that made sense. Alright, the slow traps, basically, as they're walking, they'll go off. They're not like pre-planned where they are, I don't think, in my opinion. So if someone were to walk here, and then down here, and then down here, and then down here, theoretically they could use up this slow trap before they start walking through this corridor. Nobody actually ever does that, but they could do it. Alright. So this is actually a pretty long pull. I'm not sure if it's going to reach, but I think it should because my Hunger Bots are level 4. And again, a lot of this stuff relies on Hunger Bots level 4. Before Hunger Bots are level 4, I did have my own pull trap, but it's a lot harder to pull off. And you have to 100% go around corners. These traps where I throw them into here, and then I pull them, and I try to get, let's see if I can see this guy, this group of mobs activated, will never work if you don't have Hunger Bots level 4. Because Hunger Bots level 4 pull from farther and pull faster than the previous levels, like by a lot, okay? Like, the difference between 1 and 3 and 3 and 4 is, like, 3 and 4 has a bigger difference between them. Alright, so the reasoning behind that is it gets thrown to here, pulled to here, and then the momentum from this pull will actually carry through with this springboard trap, and it'll throw it farther. Now what I've noticed is that before level 4 and without any momentum, you will generally throw a hero to about the edge of this range. With momentum, you'll be able to throw him a bit farther, like into this circle is the idea. Okay? So we'll see if this is going to work. Now, the other part that goes into this is the delay on your Hunger Bots. There's different ways to delay your Hunger Bots in order to, you know, kind of predict where a hero is going to be. Predicting isn't really the best way of putting it, but let's say this hero is going to come in, right? Your Snotter's going to see it. Your hero is going to continue to move up into like this area before he recognizes that there's a Snotter here and starts to walk towards it, or something like that. So if I have this Hunger Bot turned directly towards this Snotter, and the hero is continually moving, the Hunger Bot's just going to throw his hook to where the hero used to be, and it's just going to be like an auto dodge for the hero, and he's not even actually going to do anything. So I'm actually going to do that and show you guys what actually happens. And you know, it doesn't matter because I'm not actually going to get the hook off yet. So let's just show you what that's going to look like when they're facing towards it. Alright, so we're approaching this area. So first of all, I'd actually like to just show you this really quick so you guys understand it, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think that's all of them. Unless it's upgraded enough where it has 6. Okay, so there's one more. Alright, so I'm gonna just keep walking in, and then that, bam, like, it just dodges automatically. Because of that delay for it. Now, I kind of played stupid and walked, like, directly there, but, like, that's what I kind of mean, is they kind of jump the gun with their pull. So, yeah, let's exit out of there. And let's go back into it, and let's, like, tweak the timing on this a little bit. Alright, so I want him to be looking at the wall. What this is going to do is there's going to be a delay from when this entire mob group sees it. Everyone is going to get like an AI move command or an AI attack command or something like that, and they're going to initially they're going to turn towards the hero, every single one of them. So if I turn this Snotter all the way around, maybe I'll be able to show you guys as I'm going through it that this Snotter is going to turn one square and then turn another, and there's going to be a delay on him, more so than this Snotter, for instance, and more so than this Hunger Bot. Same as if I turn this guy all the way around, there's going to be a longer delay. I tend to like just like a turn towards the wall type of approach, unless they have to go south. Like, again, looking at this, they have to be going south, right? So I have this Hunger Bot. He's a little bit delayed because he's farther back, and that's only to allow these guys to get a couple attacks off so it pulls it through their bubbles. Okay? But, yeah, I mean, you could turn it towards the wall. Like, I have another area down here where I have my Hunger Bot turned towards the wall, because you kind of expect the hero to do like a roll or some sort of like a power through this trap. A lot of people do that, and then they get to right here, and you want that same delay so that a couple of these Debaser, Stairmaster guys get their bubbles off. Alright, so it's all about the delays that you have on these guys. Now, I'll show you another thing, because I've done this a lot, right? I've made these traps a lot. I could probably do this within a couple times, within a couple tests, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what this is going to look like. I have both of them facing this way. Okay, this spring trap's going to throw them into this circle, this guy's going to pull him down to here, and then the idea would be this guy pulls him from this area through this trap with enough momentum to throw him in to this area. And I'm not actually sure that that's going to work properly, but what is going to happen here is this guy's going to pull, but as soon as the hero gets to here, okay, here, let's say this. This is going to throw it to around this area, which is going to go into this circle. As soon as it gets into this circle, these guys are both going to get AI commands to either turn towards the player or attack the player. What's going to happen is this hook is going to hit this guy, pull him, but as it's pulling him, this guy's also going to have his AI command, throw a hook down to here, and this guy's going to actually make the hero dodge this guy's hook. Alright, so again, I'm just going to kind of walk towards it this time. I'm not going to try to like do anything with the slow trap, but like you can tell, it's not like the best placement ever. Alright, now I kind of want to see how it's going to work, right? And actually, that's kind of funny, this one actually missed it as well. So the delay wasn't enough on this guy either, in order for that to work. Alright, so you can see that's still not kind of working, right? They don't have their delays right. So let's see what happens. Let's just see what happens if I turn this guy towards the wall, and I turn this guy... I'm trying to think exactly how this is going to work. Alright, so we'll turn this guy completely around. And that should work, but I think there might be a little bit too much delay where someone can escape the pull. Let me turn this guy up. I believe that'll be quicker than turning that down. You just want a small delay so that as he's going through the circle, that'll work. You know, I think that's a good placement. Okay, so let's see how this is going to work. So I've just tweaked the turn areas on these guys, and let's see exactly what's going to happen. Okay, so let's come through here. Just want to attack the Snotters. Okay, pull, throw, and aggro. So that's kind of how that would work. Alright. So like little changes like this, you know, different spring trap placements, moving this back a little bit, all that sort of thing, helps you to just kind of slowly get it to where this is actually going to work. And now I have 3 full groups of mobs, and then I could go back through, and if I wanted to, I could add in all the creatures that I need. And if you still wanted to also, you could have this as a different room where you have maybe another pull right here, and then another pull right here, and you have a spring trap that maybe throws them down this way into another group of mobs or something. Like, the overall, like, the combinations that you can do are kind of limitless when it comes to this. It's just about changing around the different placements of these guys and doing a ton of testing. And you can free revive in your dungeon, you can move this stuff around if you're shielded. I could take this block and I could put it right up next to where this is. I could, you know, rotate this downwards, and I could just constantly run this part over and over and over until you get it right. It's a lot of testing and just playing around with the different placements of where everything is going to be. Okay, so let me show you the perfected one that I have in my dungeon right now, and exactly what's going to happen. And yeah, so we have this slow, and I said that the entry point is always important. Alternatively, I could put in a mouse trap here or something like that that just makes the hero go through at kind of a weird speed for them. So they're going to be slowed as they're coming in here. This guy's going to see them as they get slowed. Hopefully they'll continue coming in to try to like aggro or attack this guy, or hopefully they won't notice him through the wall, something like that. I constantly am playing around with this guy. I'm constantly moving him down here, you know, moving him over here, just trying to figure out exactly what works best as like replays are coming in, because it's hard to get a feel for what people are going to do when they see this guy through the wall, or they don't see this guy through the wall, or something like that. Alright, so they come in. If they continue to come in, like a lot of people will just pull back behind the wall, and that's the problem that I was having. And when I went through my live castle video, I was talking to you guys about having people want to rush through this last part of the dungeon, because it takes them a lot longer to get through this area. And that's why I've changed this or that's why I'm getting ready to change this, is because this room before was too quick. So I'm changing this to hopefully make it upwards of 45 seconds to a minute, and then that'll allow them to move more quickly through this. Alright, so they're coming in here, they get pulled by this guy through onto this trap. The archers are actually turned as well. You guys will notice they're turned away from them. Okay, so when this guy comes in, they're going to start to turn this way. But as they are turning that way, this guy's going to be pulling them down there, so their backs are going to be towards them again. They're going to be turning this way, and as this gets thrown, they're going to shoot their arrows. So they're going to shoot their arrows down this long stretch where they're going to be pulled, in a straight line pretty much. This is all a straight line. So these arrows are going to hit, which is also another thing that you can do. Okay, so this Springtrap throws it into this Snodder range. These two Stairmasters are going to start throwing their bubbles out. This guy's going to have 1 second to turn, so these guys are going to have about 2 bubbles out each. So that's 4 of their little bubbles that are going to do, 200 to 400 damage a hit. This guy's going to pull them through those bubbles. Then we have another guy that's turned away completely. He's going to be turning around as well. By the time he gets here, this guy's going to have been turned all the way around, pull him into this area. The momentum's going to carry him into this boss room, and they're going to have, 2 groups of 20 and a group of 36 all on them at once. So there you have it. I mean, that's kind of how you set up these Springtrap combos. I hope everything was clear enough. If you guys have any questions, throw them in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like. If you want to see more videos, subscribe, all that sort of thing. And I'll catch you guys later. Thank you for watching.